Big purchases can either be planned life events, planned giving, planned purchases, or opportunistic events. So let's talk about planned life events. Planned life events are the moments that you know will come and are going to cost more than 2 months of your income. This could be anything from funding your children's college education, wedding, or major anniversaries. Planned events can be saved within your big account or your faith account, and they're saved up over time. But since it's not an emergency fund, you can save it in a CD or a certificate of deposit. Sometimes these planned events are a few years out, and they got a longer time frame, like 5 or more years. Therefore, you can invest it in a moderate investment account, and just as long as you're okay with the potential risk of the account going down in value when you need to access it. This will help you potentially gain a little fight against the loss of purchase power due to inflation. The shorter the time frame you have to need to access the money, the more liquid that you want it to be. So if you need it within 18 months, there's no reason why you should be in anything other than a regular savings account. Let's talk about saving for college. If you're planning ahead for a child's college education, there is a planned event with a starting point. When saving for college, I recommend utilizing something called a 529 plan. A 529 plan is an investment account in the name of your child that grows tax deferred, and there are no taxes on any of the growth as long as the child uses the money for educational purposes. Funerals. Funerals can be a big expense. However, since the date is not certain, the best that you can do is to have prepaid burial expenses. If you prepare in advance, you can take some additional stress off your family. Let's talk vision giving. Your church most likely will have big projects such as planting a new church, launching a new initiative, renovating the children's ministry, or buying a building. Anytime the community that God has placed you in is moving forward in faith, as a part of that community, you are a part of that mission. When these moments come up, we give generously. All right, planned purchases. If you have a desire to purchase a second home, a vacation home, an investment property, or business, this is something that can be saved for as a planned purchase, but also as an opportunistic moment. You can set a time frame. We're buying an investment property next summer. This gives you a time frame of how much that you need to save and an end date. Your planned purchase is not a prison. It's a plan. And plans serve you. You don't serve plans. So once your debts are paid off and your emergency fund covers 3 to 6 months, you are empowered to start contributing to your faith account. The first thing to do is to find the amount you are willing to start setting aside every month. That means that you'll need to take a fresh look at your budget in order to update it to what your life looks like right now. Do not give in to lifestyle inflation or allow monthly expenses to increase and eat up all of your hard-earned savings. You're doing well. Don't let up. Take a hard look at your monthly budget with fresh eyes and ask the tough question: what am I willing to live without right now for the sake of building a greater future and giving generously? So, once you have that amount that you're going to start setting aside, you're going to set up an automatic monthly transfer from your checking account into a new checking or savings account. This new checking or savings account can be at the same bank, and setting up that automatic transfer every month can be done easily online and should not have any costs associated with it. On top of the budgeted amount that you are transferring, any additional money that you earn, such as bonuses, raises, rental income, or business income, you're going to add it to this same faith account. You can manually change the title of this account to better visualize your investment efforts if you'd like. If you can set it up to be an automatic transfer, this is best. That way, you don't have to think about it. It's automatic. And when it's automatic, it makes your vision automatic. Sometimes you will save for what you don't see yet, opportunistic events or big giving moments. Hebrews 11:1 tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Saving in advance is saving in faith. Your faith account is your preparation to win. It's preparing you to be ready for the moment before the moment shows itself. It's saving before you knew that you needed to save. It's vision in action. Saving in your faith account means saving for planned events and also opportunistic purchases. When approaching your next big purchase, you can also be more opportunistic in your timing by saying, we are saving and looking for the right investment property in this area. Whether you know the approximate date or are waiting for the right opportunity, you need to save now in your faith account, waiting for the right time or the right opportunity to come up. People call it luck when preparation meets opportunity. Business opportunities will come your way, so prepare in advance for them. Once people know that you are on an upward trajectory financially, word's going to get out. I don't know how, if there's like a chat group online or people talking about who is moving up in life, but somehow people find out and they talk about it. It comes with the territory, so just accept it when it happens. This can be a good thing because people will bring opportunities your way. This can be a bad thing because people will bring opportunities your way. You'll have to get really good at discerning when to say yes and really good at saying no. During this process of looking for your next opportunity, you'll have to overcome the fear of losing. You've worked hard to get that big account going, so having a fear of losing it makes sense. On a phone call one day with one of my mentors on my leadership business journey, I shared with him that I was afraid of losing. I was afraid of the opportunity not working. He encouraged me, Mark, do you know why I'm still in business today? I just win more than I lose. I still lose 35% of the time, but I'm still in business today because I win 65% of the time. He then walked me through a couple of deals that he was working on. One where he had lost tens of thousands of dollars. I was amazed at his openness with discussing his losses. Then he walked me through deals where he had made tens of thousands of dollars. There were just a few more of the winning deals than there were of the losing deals. His words shifted something in me that day. It wasn't that fear dissipated and that I was never afraid ever again, but I looked at losing differently from then on. I just needed to win more than I lost. Some people are paralyzed unless they have 100% guarantee of success. That type of thinking will never win because they will never take risks. Their fear of losing 35% of the time is keeping them from winning 65% of the time. So here's what will happen if you're not prepared for these moments. If you're not prepared, these moments of opportunity will come and go like a ship in the night. You'll never know that they were there and may complain that you never got a shot. Unprepared people are filled with stories of why it didn't happen for them. If you have a faith account that you are continually investing into, you'll be on the lookout and your antenna will be up for these types of opportunities. Your ears will be open to the whispers of God, and your heart will be attentive to his gentle nudging. Like the prophet Isaiah said in Isaiah 30:21, your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, this is the way, walk in it. You're going to hear key words and phrases that others will miss, and you'll be able to seize these opportunities. You'll hear the needs and opportunities of your church and give to them. Your eyes and ears will be open. You'll be the person Proverbs 11:24 describes. The world of the generous gets larger and larger. One faith opportunity that I'd like to focus our attention on is the opportunity to own real estate. The book of Joshua recounts to us the story of the Israelites going into their promised land. They've been delivered from the bondage and the slavery inflicted upon them in Egypt, and now they find themselves stepping into the land that God was giving to them. This was God's promise recorded in Joshua 1:3. I promise you what I promised Moses. Wherever you set foot, you will be on land I have given you. An echo of the promise that God spoke to Moses recorded in Deuteronomy 11:24 as they were leaving Egypt. Wherever you set foot, that land will be yours. God's promise to his people included land. So let's fast forward. The church in the book of Acts and the following 200 years met almost exclusively in homes. As the church grew and more people were added, they would look around and be like, who's got the biggest home that we can meet at? Archaeological digs have actually found homes with meeting spaces and baptismals. We don't worship land or make it our chief goal, but there is something special about when you can own your own home. You can say, this is my space. I will use it for the glory of God. The same goes for a church. There's something special when a church owns its own land. where a community of believers can collectively say, this is ours, and we'll use it for the glory of God. So let's talk about the how. Buying a home is a wild, exciting ride. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. For me, the thought of going to a theme park and riding a roller coaster is thrilling, both for myself and enjoying the moment with my kids. When you pull up to the roller coaster, first you have to get in line. There's exciting music in the background, people screaming in the distance, which of course dies down when you realize this line is really long. And you wait in the never-ending line, and emotions vary from anticipation to fear to impatience. And then the moment finally arrives. You step into your seat, buckle in, and you wonder, what did I get myself into? The anticipation begins to build. I'm committed. I'm amped. I'm anxious. This is all before the ride even begins. And we know what happens next. Thrills, fear, adrenaline, ups, downs, screaming, laughing, fast, slow. Nothing describes buying a home like this scene. The pure excitement of looking at potential homes online, the bliss of imagining yourself in a home, I'm so excited of going to multiple open houses, and then the fear comes crashing in as you make an offer, do inspections, sign paperwork, and have so much more to do than you feel is possible to keep up with. Buying a home turns from screaming, I'm so excited, to sobbing, I'm so scared, very, very quickly. One of the best ways to grow your wealth over time is through real estate. The overwhelming majority of millionaires in the US are first-generation millionaires who did not receive any inheritance from their family. Andrew Carnegie famously stated 90% of all millionaires became so through owning real estate. Here are 4 main benefits to owning your own home, based on current tax laws. First, you have to live somewhere. So why not live in your own property and make money on the appreciation of the value? The long-term average of returns on real estate is 4.3%. Plus, if you fix it up, update it, or add square footage, you can see even more value added. Second, it's a tax write-off. In most cases, you can write off the majority of the mortgage interest and property taxes that you pay on your primary residence. Your tax professional will know what you qualify for. Third, it's like a forced savings account. If you have a traditional mortgage, the longer that you stay in the property, the more that you pay off what you owe on the property. If you stay there long enough, you will own the property free and clear. Fourth, tax-free gains. Current tax law states if you sell your primary residence after living there for 2 years, you can take the gains that you made on the property tax-free. Current tax law allows this. If you are single and own a home, the first $250,000 that you gain after selling your home is earned tax-free. If you're married, that number doubles to $500,000. If you can get in the game, even if it's a small condo, get in the game. If you're renting, it can feel like throwing away money from an investment perspective. But renting is not a waste if you are using this season to save money and to move you forward in your financial goals. In 2004, my wife and I bought our first home, a townhome. You'd be shocked if I told you what we paid back then in today's terms, but when we bought it, it seemed like such a stretch. We then turned around 2 years later and sold it for an over 65% gain on our investment. Whoa, this real estate game is a lot of fun, I thought. So after giving the largest tithe we'd ever given off of our gains, we then turned and invested our equity into a new home to prepare for our future growing family. It didn't work like this after our first experience. We almost lost our home after the Great Recession in 2008, and a lot of our friends did. Our story to this point has not been a TV show of flipping homes, nor has been having multiple rental properties. It's been pretty simple. Staying in the real estate market for 2 decades, and it's worked. As I speak to you today, we've been in the real estate market on a fixed income for 20 years. Simply by staying in the game, our family has seen true multiplication through our assets. Not by flipping homes, not even by having a second or third home, but through our personal home over multiple decades. Give God a seed to grow and wait and see over time what He will do.